having my fellow emergency managers. That would suffice. I'm so privileged to be here. And of course, I'm seeing faces that are not those that are experts, those that are equal to the task when it comes to the business of emergency management. A lot has been said by the facilitator and, of course, our own very highly available DG. We do hope that a forum like this will actually help us to galvanize idea. Nobody is an embodiment of knowledge when it comes to disaster management, because disaster management itself is about collaboration. It's about multi-stakeholders involvement or engagement. It's about understanding roles and responsibility, especially when it comes to coordination. It's about bringing to bear your expertise. In disaster management or emergency management, even the man who is your driver, your typist, the cleaner, your search and rescue team, your light rescue operators, heavy duty operators, the man who is at the level of policy, and those who are at the level of the tactical operations are all important. So I do hope that we will be able to share ideas. We will be able to get one or two things, because that's the very essence of this particular institute. And honestly, we need to give our DG a round of applause again. Because for those of us who are added followers of that particular platform, the DG and his team are doing very, very, very beautiful thing. They are working assiduously, and they are actually extending their tentacles, reaching out to all and sundry, and taking the name of this. In fact, I was surprised when I heard that the International Association of Emergency Managers, of course, I'm also a member of the International Association of Emergency Managers in the United States, and by God's grace, in a few time from now, I may be the only certified emergency manager in Lagos, and about one to three in Nigeria, because I've actually crossed that bar in terms of some presentations and examinations. So I'm at the last phase of the exam, and I'm sure just a matter of 1-2 months, and that would also be a plus. So I saw that some members of the IEM also are in constant contact with the DG, and that's the highest level of affiliation you can ever have when it comes to emergency management. The International Association of Emergency Management of Emergency Management is the highest. That is the zenith of emergency management all over the world. That's the biggest association. And if you become either an associate emergency manager or a certified emergency manager, you could be called from Nigeria to work anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. And if you could connect himself and connect the institute to IEM and other relevant bodies. I saw you in Enugu, I saw you, crisscrossing the state, and that's the essence. And that's what brings so much relevance. It will get to a point that ECRM will become a chartered institute. And I think we need to give him a round of applause. So today we're going to talk briefly on the role of emergency manager, the role of the emergency manager, the role of emergency is supposed to be emergency management, the role of emergency managers. It's supposed to be emergency management, the role of emergency managers. They are just semantics, but by the time we get into the subject matter, we will be able. Can I have the next slide? Now, for those of us who are tuned to what is happening all over the world, you remember vividly that just within a week, just like a week ago, events globally and locally actually shook the world. We started with the Boeing 737 MAX 8 aircrafts belonging to Ethiopia, conveying over 157 passengers, including crew member, from Ethiopia to Kenya, and crashed just barely 6 minutes after takeoff, with about 21 UN workers, and of course we have 2 Nigerians, people of timber and caliber, and all lives lost. I mean, that also brings to bear the importance of emergency management. They have been able to recover the black box, and there are a couple of issues that has to do with safety, that has to do with the engineering of, and some other components of the Boeing 737 MAX 8, and over 100 aircraft from Canada to China to some other countries. Over 100 of this particular brand, Boeing 737 MAX 8, has been grounded. And that actually speaks volume. Tells you that emergency management is something that is of utmost importance. Because if you maybe are talking about the safety of aircraft, one way or the other, safety itself is intertwined with emergency management. Because when you look at emergency management as we proceed, you find out that there are 4 critical phases. And that phase where we talk about mitigation. Mitigation is how do we avoid, or how do we reduce, how do we prevent accidents from happening? How do we prevent hazards from becoming disasters? How do we nip it on the bud? How do we conduct simple risk assessment? You might find out that that particular component, mitigation as an important phase, is intertwined with safety. Because safety talks about avoidance of accident. If you're talking about a safety manager, what is important is how do I protect my facilities? How do I protect individuals? How do I ensure that I'm able to carry out hazard identification, hazard analysis, risk assessment, nip it on the board, so that at the end of the day, I either reduce the vulnerability of either individuals or the community or the populace to the impact of hazard, or how do I, to a great extent, prevent hazard from degenerating into disaster. Now, apart from the Boeing 737 MAX 8 incident, and all of a sudden, what happened again? We have another incident here in Nigeria, Lagos State. A 3-story building at Tafagi, unfortunately, which are eager to be marked, what happened to it? Just crumbled, collapsed. Yes, thank you very much. We're going to talk about that. And we had news flying all over the world. We had hundreds of students trapped in the rubbles, and then you had emergency responders mobilizing to this scene. But authoritatively, we can tell you from information gathered, transfer cases from one hospital, tertiary healthcare centers, on the basis of pre-hospital care management, we were able to tell you that about 45 people died, and we had 20 fatalities. 16 of them being students of that particular school. Quite unfortunate. So we had a categorical statement by the Commissioner for Health and the Minister for Health, because they're actually taking a global dimension. It's a global incident reported by BBC, CNN, Al Jazeera, and the rest of them. And just like my sister said, just less than 24 hours, we had another building collapse. That brings to bear what is the role of an emergency, what is emergency management, and what is the role of an emergency manager. If you are an emergency manager and you were within the premises of where that building was, what would you have done to nip it on the board? To save that ugly situation from coming to bear? What is your responsibility in your environment as an emergency manager? That is very important. Because if we have people of like minds who are emergency managers, who have all the expertise, who have the skill and the knowledge, I'm sure in that environment, somebody would have nipped it on the board. Somebody would have done hazard identification. Somebody would have mitigated that hazard from becoming a disaster. And that's why knowledge, they say, is power. And information is very important. Because I'm sure a lot of us will know the 767 112 emergency toll-free line. But how do you guys identify this hazard? If you're an emergency manager and you don't know how to identify a hazard, then how do you report? How do you report that hazard? So that's that's why we are here today is very, very important. So we're going to look at the emergency management, and we'll look at the role of an emergency management. What is emergency management? When we talk about emergency management, we are talking